Hello, you wonderful people. How are you today? Today I'm talking about something that came to me the other day, this kind of like revelation. And I want to share it with you just to see what your opinion is. I don't even know what it means, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So over the weekend I've been giving a course on healing with hypnosis. It was beautiful, and I was with some beautiful people who want to go out and help other people, and it was gorgeous. So I had this lovely conversation with one of the ladies who was on the course, Sophia. I don't know if you see these videos, Sophia, but anyway, hello. And we were talking about the fact that lots and lots of people, have had this. And this talk of like mass ending of life. Yeah. And I was giving my opinion, and I was saying, it's just not the feel that I have. I just don't feel that that's what's going to happen. And that's what I've been told by the emissaries. And we were sort of just chatting about where we are. And I said, I'm looking at the situation. At the beginning, we were told that this guy was going to save us all. All right, and we were told that it was all going to be over, and of course it wasn't, and it didn't happen that way. And even though that's still in play, it didn't happen. And then, we were told that zillions of people. I mean, last year in the summer, we were told that zillions of people were going to just leave this planet by the Christmas. And I remember Cliff High doing his analysis saying, I'm seeing it now, it's all going to happen, it's going to be disastrous, everything. And it didn't happen. We were told 3 specific times that we needed to stock up food because it was imminent that the famine was coming. Imminent. Okay? I went running to the garage to fill up. I bought some containers for fuel, and I got fuel from the garage because it was going to run out. We put solar panels in because we weren't going to have any energy. Okay? So, I mean, and I'm not stupid. If I think that that's a possibility, then I'm going to, I've got a family to take care of, then I'm going to do it. And I did it. Okay? But I'm aware that nothing ever has come to fruition with the scare of this is coming, another scare, this is coming, everything. They said that the world was going to be closed down by the Green Pass. It hasn't happened. Yeah? They said that we were never going to be able to leave our houses again. It hasn't happened. And so what I'm aware of is that there's been a lot of doom saying. Yeah? A lot. And especially now, and it's still going on. They've been talking about it for a year, about, billions of people leaving the planet. Okay? And I was kind of just putting that in some kind of, like, what's going on? I'm aware that all of that information is meaningless to those people who've had it, who are asleep. They don't care. They're not interested in that information. When information comes into our world about billions of people leaving the planet, it's for us. It's not for them. They don't care. So I'm aware that I believe that information, all of those scare things, are coming to us as a distraction and as a way of keeping us in fear. So, we've talked about this. It's pretty obvious because the people who are asleep don't care. They're not bothered about that kind of stuff. They're more interested in I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, and the World Cup. Yeah? All right? So, that led me to this place. So before I tell you what's on my mind, I will tell you just a little bit about my past. You already know this if you've watched the channel, that I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness. Now I want to tell you just the fundamental beliefs of a Jehovah's Witness. This is a cult. This is a true cult, okay? The Jehovah's Witnesses believe that they are God's chosen people, okay? No doubt about it. How do they know that they're God's chosen people? Well, because they have the truth, but not only do they have the truth, but they are also persecuted. One of the signs in the Bible is to know that you're God's chosen people is that they're going to persecute you. Okay? And the Jehovah's Witnesses at points have been persecuted for the stance. Not now, because they haven't got a stance, but they used to have a stance and they were persecuted for it. So that's one of their beliefs. They also have a job that they have to preach to the world that the end's coming. And in that preaching, they have to tell the world that the world's run by the devil, and that we need to repent. The people need to repent. They need to join the group of the Jehovah's Witnesses to then be able to be saved. Yeah. They talk about the signs of the times, the signs that are mentioned, in Matthew, but know this in the last days, critical times, hard to deal with, will be here. And they talk about the signs and what Revelation says, yeah? And they say that, this century, that's all that they've seen, the signs. And the signs mean that Armageddon and the end's coming just now, okay? They expect billions to die, okay? The Jehovah's Witnesses expect billions to die, and they're fairly comfortable with that, because that has to happen for the end to come. And they are waiting to move into paradise. Okay? They're waiting to move into paradise. They know that paradise is coming here on earth. They know that the world is in the hands of the devil. Okay? They know that the governments are... Well, they used to, that the governments are corrupt. Now they believed everything about the plan stroke demic, and all of them just about took that. Not all of them, but a vast majority took that. And my brothers, up to the hilt, couldn't get any more into him. But that was always the premise, that the government is corrupt. And the government's in the hands of the devil too. And that organized religion is corrupt. Okay? So that is their fundamental belief. Okay? And I was thinking about that, and I thought, holy shit. I think that might be our fundamental beliefs too. And I was thinking, oh my God, we are in, I'm not going to say in a cult, but we are a macro version of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Literally. Let's go through each one. We believe that we've been chosen by God to be awake. I hear it all the time. You've been chosen. We've been chosen. I've said it. We're chosen to be here. Okay? One box ticked. We believe that the end is coming. Bloody hell, do we not? We can't wait for it. We can't wait. It's coming. Everybody's anxious about the end coming. We are persecuted. Boy, have we been persecuted for our stance against. Do you know that when the Witnesses started, they were anti that. They were anti. They said it was the devil's work. Right? Now they take it willy-nilly. Now I don't even believe that they are anymore a worthy cult. Not anymore. And we are persecuted. And we have been persecuted. And we continue to be persecuted. We preach. And we've been doing that for the last 2 years, and we've talked about it, how nobody listens. This is exactly what the Witnesses used to say. We do it and just nobody listens, but we've got to do it anyway. How many times have you heard yourself saying that? I know it's not worth anything, but I've got to do it anyway. I just feel drawn to do it. Okay? We see all of the signs. We can see them. They're everywhere. We're trying to tell people. We're trying to show people the signs that this is happening now. Okay? Just like the Witnesses did. The witnesses expect billions to die, and this is also what I'm hearing massively in this, our world of truth. That we have the truth and we are in the truth. This is exactly what the Jehovah's Witnesses say. This is their language. We are in the truth. Right? We're called a truther movement. For fuck's sake. And so many of us are waiting for billions to die. We're waiting to go into paradise. I am. I'm waiting to go into paradise. I believe it's coming. Just as the witnesses are waiting. The world's in the hands of the devil. We know that. You can see it. It's obvious. It's absolutely obvious. Just as the witnesses have always said. And the governments are corrupt. Just as we say. It's obvious. I mean, it's just, it couldn't be any more obvious. And organised religion is corrupt as well. You just have to look at what it's doing. We know that. Everyone's moving to spirit and to faith and returning to God, but not to religion. Because organised, the big ones, the horrible ones, are horrible. Okay? So, what's my point? I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm trying to say here. Because at the moment, I've just got this realisation of, Jesus, everything that the witnesses have purported to be and to do and to believe, we all believe it. Right. So, these are the thoughts. And is this good or bad? I don't know. I asked the emissaries, I said, is this good? And they said, it's all good. Okay? It's all good. And I said, are we God's chosen people? And they said, everyone is God's chosen people. Okay? But I just can't believe the correlations that are there. There's so many correlations. What does that mean? I don't know. So one of the thoughts I had was, because my mind was going, what the hell? I mean, I left a cult, right? I mean, my life. I left the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I went into the cult of society. We've talked about that. The society is a cult as well. I left the cult of society, and I'm in another one. What the hell is this? So is it just my experience, or is it everyone's experience? I don't know. So, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I've been told it's a good thing. But what does it mean? Like, have we taken over from the idea of what these cults do? That we are God's chosen people, and we're all moving to and the people are going to be left behind. Man, I don't know. But it's just like a bigger version. Does it feel wrong? Do you know what really felt wrong for me when I was a Jehovah's Witness? Was I used to listen to people talking about how comfortable they were with billions of people dying. That used to make me very uncomfortable. I used to listen to people talking about being God's chosen people and to be special. Okay? That made me uncomfortable. And I used to listen to them saying, we are the only ones who are going to be saved. And that used to make me feel uncomfortable too. And when I listen to it in our group, that makes me feel uncomfortable too. When I hear people talking about having the truth, that makes me feel uncomfortable too. When I hear us being referred to as the truther movement, I get very uncomfortable. Because awakened, yes, I believe we're awakened. Of course. But do we have the truth? I don't believe that in the slightest. I don't think we have a fucking clue what's going on. I certainly don't. And now, even less. I have no idea what this is or what this means. Why is it that we are emulating that group? All right, maybe there are other groups who do exactly the same. Maybe there are other groups who believe the same. But it just seems to be, there seem to be too many parallels for it to be ignored as that's just a coincidence. It's like everything. So I don't know whether it's a the cycle that, is this always what was meant to happen? The Jehovah's Witnesses just got in early, and then they picked the ball up, and then they dropped the ball. Okay, they've dropped the ball. I mean, they are not what they used to be. They have capitulated. They've become part of organised religion, and so maybe we picked the ball up from them, and now we're carrying the ball again and trying to do it properly, but still making our mistakes as well. I heard something the other day. I saw something. It was like a meme, and one guy was saying, life's wonderful, and the other person saying, how can you say life's wonderful when there's so many terrible things happening in this world? You need to wake up. Okay, and it said underneath, truthers are the whiniest bastards around. And that sort of struck a chord with me as well, that maybe we're getting a bit like that. Maybe we're getting a bit over whiny, a bit over like trying to find, trying to spot the liars, and and really angry all of the time. And I know that's part of the process. I know that's part of the process because I was there. But boy, we've got to get through that, haven't we? We've got to get through that and get back to understanding that life is wonderful, because that's what makes the change, isn't it? That's what's going to create the next bit. So, I really don't know what this is all about, but this is where I see us now. Interesting. So maybe, as I said, maybe it was because the ball was dropped and now we've picked it up and now we're running with the ball and this is the right way. But hey, let's chill out a bit. Let's, as I say, have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up a bit. And let's, let's not believe that we have the truth. And let's not believe that we're chosen. We are chosen. But let's not believe that we have the monopoly on being chosen. Where the Jehovah's Witnesses lost the ball was because they believed they had the monopoly on the end of the world. They believed that they were the only ones, that nobody else had the truth. Let's not get there. Let's not do that, because that's how they failed. That's how they became blind. If we understand that we haven't got the truth and we'll never have the truth, that will keep our eyes open and we'll be able to see and make sure that we don't make the same mistakes as they did and sell themselves out, And they'll try and make us do that. They'll try the best to distort, pervert, to filter, to delete what we are. Okay? So let's stay strong. Okay? And enjoy this bizarre friggin' moment that we're in. Okay, I love you all. See you all later. Bye-bye.